Chapter 5. The Raichand mansion had been unusually still for the past few days, but under the calm facade, a storm had been brewing. Aadhira could feel it. It hung heavy in the air, like the moments before a monsoon, quiet but suffocating. She sat in the grand library, a book open in her lap, but her mind far away. Since the gala, where Rudra's jealous streak had reared its possessive head, everything between them had shifted. Their Cold War had morphed into something far more dangerous, a battle of wills laced with undeniable tension. Her thoughts were interrupted by the sharp ring of the house phone. She ignored it, assuming the staff would answer. But then Shivani, the housekeeper, rushed into the room, her face pale. "Ma'am, there's someone at the gate." Aadhira raised a brow. "And, it's Miss Ishani Kapoor. She's demanding to be let in." The name hit her like a slap. Ishani, the runaway bride. The woman who had left Rudra standing at the mandip. And now she was back? Aadhira stood up, heart racing. "Let her in." The front doors opened with a sharp creak as Aadhira stood on the steps, her sari billowing in the gentle breeze. She watched as a sleek black car pulled into the driveway. And then she saw her. Ishani Kapoor. She stepped out of the car, dressed in a designer gown that hugged her curves, sunglasses perched atop her perfectly styled hair. She looked exactly as Aadhira remembered, effortlessly beautiful and unapologetically arrogant. But there was something else, something darker in her eyes. Aadhira squared her shoulders as Ishani approached, her heels clicking against the marble. Well, Aadhira," Ishani purred, pulling off her sunglasses. "Didn't expect to see you playing house in my place." Aadhira held her ground. "You shouldn't be here." Ishani's smile widened. "I think I should. After all, I'm here to take back what's mine. You lost that right the moment you ran away." Ishani tilted her head, feigning innocence. "I was protecting myself. You know how Rudra is. Controlling. Cold. I couldn't live like that." Aadhira's fists clenched at her sides. "Then why are you back?" Ishani's smile dropped. Her voice turned sharp. "Because I made a mistake. And I'm here to fix it. It's too late for that." "Is it?" Ishani's gaze flicked to the grand mansion behind them. "I have something that could ruin all of this. An exposé. One that will destroy the Raichands. All it takes is one click." Aadhira's heart slammed in her chest. "You wouldn't dare." Ishani took a step forward, her face inches from Aadhira's. "I would. Unless you step aside and give me back my place." For a moment the world seemed to stop. The breeze died down. The sounds of the city faded. And then Aadhira spoke, her voice cold and fierce. "He's my husband now." Ishani blinked, surprised by the venom in her voice. Aadhira didn't stop. "You left. You humiliated him. And I was the one who stood by him. Even when he didn't want me there." Ishani's jaw clenched. "He doesn't love you. Maybe not. But I'm still his wife." A sharp intake of breath from behind made Aadhira turn. Rudra. He stood in the doorway, dressed in his tailored black suit, watching the scene unfold. His dark eyes flicked between the two women, but they lingered on Aadhira longer than expected. "Ishani," he said, voice devoid of warmth. "Why are you here?" Ishani straightened. "I made a mistake, Rudra. I want to fix it. I'm ready now." A tense silence followed. Aadhira's heart pounded as she waited for Rudra's response. But he didn't look at Ishani. He looked at Aadhira. And in that moment something shifted. "You left, Ishani," he said coldly. "And Aadhira is right. She's my wife now." Ishani's face crumpled but her anger flared. "I can still ruin you, Rudra." He smirked, dark and dangerous. "Try. But you'll regret it." Ishani's eyes filled with unshed tears as she stormed back to her car. The gates closed behind her, but the tension remained. Aadhira exhaled shakily. She turned to Rudra expecting a fight, but instead he just stared at her. "You didn't have to stand up for me like that," he murmured. Aadhira swallowed hard. "I wasn't doing it for you." But they both knew that was a lie. The air between them buzzed with unspoken words, but neither of them was ready to say them yet. The game had changed, and it was far from over. Chapter 5.